Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you're new, let me introduce myself. My name is Jules. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a commercial food photographer, stylist, and soon to be published cookbook author. And today we are doing a flip of April of my Jibun Techo diary plus the Jibun Techo days. So we'll start off with the diary. We're doing April, as I said. So I am still doing my month at an advanced view as like to look at see what's upcoming, appointments, birthdays, time off, deadlines, stuff like that, and decorating it. And then this column I use for things that I would like to accomplish in the month that do not have a deadline, that if I don't accomplish it, it's not a big deal. Stuff can be moved and it's not the end of the world. So nothing exciting. It's not as decorative as some other months. Only because April was a lot of admin and catching up after taking the last 2 weeks of the first quarter off. So yeah, nothing exciting. Had 3 birthdays in April. I gave a workshop on how to create a non-fiction proposal. And yeah, the life plan with me is I had my 4th vaccine. Same old, same boring stuff. Nothing interesting to report. And then when we get to the weeklies, it's still the same. These are like time blocks, basically, to let me know at a glance what type of tasks, how I'm spending my time, the priorities for the week, any deadlines or deliveries or something go in this section. I tried something new for this week where these first 2 hours, which is always a block of time for continuing education and prep, I decided I was going to block it off with some washi tape to see how I like that, and I decided I didn't like it, so I did not do it again. It was an idea that was suggested to me by one of my viewers who regularly joins me on my Saturday live plan with me's, and I thought it was a great idea. It's just not my aesthetic. If I was doing a different type of managing my time in the weekly spread, it may work, but it didn't work for me overall. Still using some like stickers to decorate. Sundays are always blocked off because that's a personal family day. So I'm just trying to think, looking through this, if there's anything. Oh, interesting. Yes. So on the 7th of April, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. But this bottom section I use for like notes or for if anything I want to remember something happens. I put it in this section. But it was, yeah, so getting up to do a dance break every hour instead of getting up. So my Fitbit goes off every hour to remind me to do 250 steps during my workday to keep me from getting stiff. It doesn't have to be steps. It's just getting up and moving. I could shake my arm 250 times and Fitbit would think that I'm walking. But I started doing a dance break when my watch goes off to say, hey, you need to get moving, and it has made my work days a million times better. But so yeah, there's nothing really all that exciting, different to go through. I started on this week. I have these little these little doggy stickers from Sticky Club, one of my monthly club sheets. I was going through my stickers to see what I can be using that I'm not using. And so on dog food making days, I've decided to put a little dog there so I know when I'm planning my week, and to know to plan certain things around dog food making days so that the kitchen isn't running 5 loads of dishes is basically why I do that. I took a personal day on this day. Why? Oh, that's right. So I had a lot of peopling this week, and by Thursday, I was like done. I had no energy. I was at ones. It killed me, all the peopling. And then it was the holiday, the Easter long weekends. Let's see. Yeah, this was another week where I was a lot of peopling. I crashed. Oh, this was my vaccine. And then I crashed all day on the day after my vaccine. I didn't get any side effects for my first 3 doses. My 4th dose, it just wiped my energy. I didn't have a fever. I didn't have any. I was just I had no spoons. For those of you who are spoonies, you understand what this is all about. If you're new and you're watching this for the first time, priorities, but the to-do lists on this side, again, are like things that I want to accomplish during the week that do not have a deadline. And if it doesn't happen, then it's no big deal. Just like some extra things. So there was a lot of moving stuff carrying over to the following week, because I just had a lot of days in April. I was about to say May. I had a lot of days in April where I was just wiped out. And when I look back, like I had this day where I'm like a 5. I'm starting to have days that are 5s, which is hard. I can't it's been a long time. If I was to go back 6 months in like tracking how many spoons I have, these 5s are just like now starting. And I think it's a mix of my new iron supplement and vitamin D, and I will know almost for sure when I have my quarterly blood work in June. So, but I've been crashing hard. Like I crashed this week. I've been somewhat crashed, but again, I had a lot of peopling, and I'm just noticing that weeks where I have a lot of meetings where I'm corresponding with more than 3 people via email, even, I end up like needing 3 days to recuperate just from having to do the verbal communication, because I am largely nonverbal autistic, and like doing all the calculus that you have to do to be social and to have it kind of, like the masking is the word that I'm looking for. So yeah, I crash for days afterwards when I have to mask. Is something that I'm like having empirical evidence for. So yeah, that's my weeks. Nothing really, the diary section, nothing really all that exciting. I'm still using stickers to decorate, like just to add a little bit of something to my time blocks. My time is also, I think, one of the reasons that's leading to some days where I have smaller levels of spoons is, if you notice, there's a lot of there's some days like this day right here on the 20th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different types of tasks in one day, instead of having like a large block of doing something and then 3 hours of admin is like, it's just switching. There's just a lot of switching between tasks, which also kind of affects your ability to like cognate. That's not a word. To think, to have spoons, executive function. That's the word I'm looking for. And I've had a lot of that recently where my days are just like switch. So it's just really nice the way that I am able to look back and notice trends for why you might be hearing my dogs right now. Sorry about that. Trends for energy being drained, and being able to like change my habits accordingly so that I'm not like reaching the end of the week where I'm having to take like all of Friday off because I'm just burnt out. So that is the diary. And if we get to the days for April, so this theme's months and goals was to continue my regular exercise And I actually think that in, let's see what day there was a day in March where, we're in April right now. There was a day in April, I can find the Gantt charts, where I increased my exercises from 4 days a week to 5 days a week. So yeah, that happened the last 2 weeks of April. I increased my exercise from 4 days to 5 days, just because 4 days wasn't enough. And so I decided 5 days. So continue regular exercise. No spend, things I want to do, things I have to do, taxes. Words for the month was renewal. Things I was able to do. So I was able to do the taxes, I was able to do the no spend, and I was able to do my regular exercises. If I don't do my regular exercises, it's no big deal. But I was just diagnosed with metabolic syndrome. I think it's, metabolic syndrome. And so it will help it puts me at increased risk for heart disease, stroke, and diabetes is basically what it is. And so the regular exercise, even though my work is very moderate to rigorous activity, there's other exercises that I can do to kind of keep my heart health. And so that's just basically what I did. I got my 4th fax. What I reflected on, I didn't really reflect on anything in April. I didn't meet anybody. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't buy anything. And I didn't learn anything. And maybe if I was to go back in April, I could probably reassess what I learned and put that there. And maybe if I went back and checked my filling this out, it was a 6 wave and so I didn't really learn anything except for I did join the Andrew Scrivani Academy, the food photography network, support system, school, academy, and I maybe could add something there for what I learned. But I just joined in April, just at the near the end of April, so we'll see. And then my dailies, the days. So yeah, this section is the to-dos. And then this is my TikTok, and I decorate the top section just to have it decorated. You have to excuse my dogs, they're getting restless. I'm sorry. I put little notes. So my images were well received from my editor. This is a note to myself that I need to stop skipping meals. Because sometimes I do that because I will be stuck in a task, and even though I have alarms that go off to tell me to stop tasking and to stop hyper-focusing, hello, autism fun, and go eat, I still have a habit every now and then to ignoring my alarm and just not eating. And I need to stop doing that because I notice some negative effects when I skip a meal and then try and make up for the huge caloric deficit later on in the day. It never works out. I can never eat that much food to make up for what I miss. And then I just decorate parts where I can decorate it in. So this is the first, my every Sunday, since I don't do anything on Sundays other than family, personal days. I use the Sunday spread to journal about my week, and these are all things. Well, this stuff mostly is stuff that came from the Shein haul that I did. I'll link that there. And then this other stuff is from these stickers here, and here are from Sticky Club. This is all from my Shein haul. This is a mix of Shein and Sticky Club, and this is from these things, right? You've seen them. I got them on Amazon, but you can also get them on Shein. So everything that you see in here is a mixture of Shein and Sticky Club. for the most part. Even these washies are like Amazon, but yeah, that's basically where I get my stuff. And then in April, I started doing shooting like food days, because every day has a food holiday, and for social media content, I'm now like shooting some of those days. If you hear, I'm going to link to me setting up my Hobonichi cousin, which I use as a project planner for the 4-year social media schedule for food days. And I did some relaxing. So just a bunny in a cup. This was just like my mood for the day, I think, because I didn't actually relax that day. But I was pretty chill. It was a chill day. I was feeling this. This was my vibe for the day. And yeah, so to-dos. If I had spoons, this is what I wanted to do. I had to move it because I didn't have spoons. I had to like check out and do some self-care by the end of the day because I was just exhausted. And so I put a note to myself that said, there is nothing so important that it can't be put off until tomorrow except self-care. And because I had to nope out on my day, it was just a little reminder to myself that self-care is the only thing that is, and family emergencies or whatever, but you know what I mean. Like, self-care is more important, and if I keep putting these reminders, because I'm finding that if I do not push through, I'm actually more productive and get more things done when I take half days off here and there instead of waiting till I'm burnt out. And so I keep these notes just to remind myself, keep doing this. This is working. This is actually making you productive and energyful and loving your job instead of like just hating every single second. This is another one of my food days shoots, to-do lists. Nothing really. And then my TikTok for the day. Some of these spreads, there's some things that I laid down in April that I'm just really happy with. This one is one. It was just a really nice springy type day out, and so I decided it was just a beautiful day today, and so I put down some stickers that reminded me of the weather. We were having an unseasonably cold and wet spring in the Pacific Northwest, and so this was just, when these days happen, I like to remember them. And this again was just more of how the spring was here. Spring was here, but was only temporary. So it was more laying down stickers that were reflective of the weather. And I enjoy these 2 pages quite a bit, actually. I made borscht this day, which I can't wait till you guys have my cookbook and you can have this recipe and make it and enjoy it. Let's see. I also like this spread. It's kind of minimal, but just the time, it's very, and the scroll, it's very, like, also there's this little note here that says how, because we're 100 days into the year, and this is like how. So yeah, just time is going by. That's what this clock is like, how are we 100 days? A third of the year is gone. Almost a third of the year. How? More of the same. More food days. I'm trying to use up. I have some of this washi tape that came from a very, very old Sticky Club package, like extra special thing that I bought. And I had a lot of to-dos this day. And so I'm just trying to use up some of that washi. Some more. It's more of the same. Is there anything I want to talk about here that's worth pointing out? I don't think so. I like these pecans. My Instagram, because on this is the zip, this is the sprocket. I have a zip, but these are printed on the sprocket paper, which is basically the same. The color doesn't quite print properly or the same. So if you're curious to see like these images and some other my food photography work, then you can check that out at Polaris Creative Food on Instagram. This day, so it was my youngest's birthday on the 16th. They turned 23. Oh my goodness. And the day before, they released their music producer and writer, and the latest album that they worked on, called Aphelion, released on the 15th. So that's what the cassette tape and the music is all about. And then, yeah, this is all stuff I got from Shane. Recipe development. So I think it's because it's just been so humid, like 90% humidity because of all the rain. I've been a couple attempts to make chocolate in April. First was these truffles, and truffles and some fudge, and neither one of them set. And I think it's because of the moisture. I don't know. It's bizarre. And yeah, I just, for people who haven't watched my flips before, for days that I have photo shoots or doing recipe development or whatever, I don't like sticking sticky notes directly to these pages, because if you have to move them, it leaves a crease or wrinkle in the paper that I do not like. So I tape on a piece of vellum to extend my pages, and I paste sketches and prop lists and recipes that I'm developing and everything to the vellum, and then label it. And then in the table of contents at the beginning, I keep track of where I can find all that stuff in case I need to refer back to recipe notes or something when I'm developing a recipe later. And then I label it garlic. This is from vegetable box, that subscription from local farmer. I get so much garlic, and garlic was one of the food days, which was good because I have so much garlic. These are the truffles, and it looks like, if you're a Star Trek fan, this is a Xindi insectoid, and unfortunately few people are going to appreciate this image. This was another, I was done for the day. I took an early day this day, and I just kind of had to float away like these butterflies. This is just like self-care. And it's like, okay, you know what? I need to take a break. I need to step off. I need to, I'm done. I've had a long week. This Saturday, I was out of ideas for decorating, which is fine. And again, it was another day that was really chill and relaxed. I had a great time with my live plan with me. We had a really good discussion. And so that's why I put this, it's always tea time, with the Alice in Wonder sticker, because it just reminded me of, sitting down for tea. And then it's written in the stars, and it was just, we had tea, we spilled the tea, is kind of the saying, and talked about some bunch of really interesting things that day. And so I kind of kept it minimal and kind of reflective of the life plan with me. And then the Sunday, I was kind of at a loss, and this is what this grandfather clock or grandmother clock with like the starburst that I stuck on here, because it was a week that was just because we watched The Eyes of Tammy Faye. That's what we were discussing. Tammy Faye, life did her dirty. The world, like, she was an amazing person, and if you haven't watched The Eyes of Tammy Faye on Disney Plus, you need to get to that, and you need to learn about what an amazing person Tammy Faye was. But this week was one that I spent a lot of time, kind of a lot of self-care happening this week, and hence the spread and just time getting away from me. It felt like, anyways. Oh God, so much rage. That's the day we learned that Elon Musk is buying Twitter. I have a little note here for, such a long actually. Yeah, this exercise day was like a 3-hour. I don't know what happened with my exercise app, BodBot, which is amazing. But it really put me through the ringer on that day. I had to make a note of that. And then on the 26th, I got some more concrete feedback about my images for my cookbook. And it was confirmed that there was going to be no need for reshoots. And my images were described as primo. So that was nice. I had a meeting that day and some meeting notes. We're back to more recipe development. This is the image of the blueberry pie that I developed. This washi, though, is not from any of the places. You can buy washi samples, just random. You don't even know what you're getting from the illuminating box on Etsy. Is where these came from. And I'm trying to use all of this washi tape, the boring stuff that I got from Amazon up before I move on to the more exciting ones. But every now and then I pull the ones that I got from the illuminating box and other places that are nicer, just because I think that the page deserves it. This was my 4th dose. Then I took the afternoon off because that was a lot, having to go out. Even though we're fully masked and all that other stuff, it was still quite a bit. It was a journey. And then, Saturday, I had stuff here planned. I had a live plan with me that I had to cancel, and so I just covered it up with this washi again from the illuminating box. And I spent most of the day sleeping. The vaccine took all my spoons. So that is April in the Jibun Techo days. And the idea is, again, it's just scratch pad. I don't really have anything. Some meeting notes. We're just doing some memorandums of understanding. Oh, I stuck these on wrong. That's a thing to see. So yeah, that is my Jibun Techo. I can't believe there's Jibun. Look at how thick this is gotten. So that is my Jibun Techo diary and days for the month of April. If you have any questions about my process, how I use them, let me know. Comments in the comment section, and I'd be happy to answer them or do a video on it if I think that it deserves a video, or there's enough material for a video. If there is a specific type of video you would like to see, again, let me know in the comments. Like this video if you found it useful or interesting. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and join me every single Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. British Daylight Time, GMT in the winter, for a live plan with me where we grab whatever system we plan in, or our journals or art or whatever, and we just sit and hang out and plan our weeks or do our art or do whatever for an hour and a half and have a good time. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. Bye.